Hello, everybody. Welcome to Take Your Medicine. Billy, hey, say hello. Say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. We welcome you. I am Tobi Blake. I practice shamanic medicine work. And this is my co-host, Billy, the Reiki pup. She's being silly. And Bennett's over here too. He's a good helper, aren't you, Bennett? We are on episode 63 today. Holla! Way to go, us. Oh God, this pen doesn't work great. I gotta get rid of it. Boop. What was that, Billy? I'm kind of in a goofy mood this morning. Had a really fun day yesterday with AJ. He was off work. And we've been getting some free play like coupons for the casino, our local casino, because we played poker there a couple times or something. So they sent us this $40 in free play. And so we decided we were going to go to the casino and only play the free credits, not play any of our money. And we won. We've done it 3 or 4 times. And 2 of the times we've won with free money from the casino. Heyo. So the first time we won like $300 and something, and yesterday we won like 57. It was just fun. And we went to our favorite vegan street taco place called Tacos Veganos. If you are in Phoenix, even if you're not vegan or vegetarian, Tacos Veganos is so delicious. They have a few locations in the valley, so I highly recommend them. And what else did we do? We watched Beast Games with Anthony. We had a meeting about our podcast and we got the floors mopped, we dusted, we got laundry done. We just got a lot done yesterday. It was a really nice day. And I'm feeling really good. I last night had an experience with Jesus Kate where she gave me some more clarity on channeling publicly coming up here in the next few weeks. This is going to be my very first time channeling in front of a group of people. So far, only a very few small handful of people have ever seen me fully embodying Jesus Kate. And it's going to be an exciting time. So she was saying that she wants no phones in the room and that she wants to have a voice recorder, like a digital voice recorder, to record the audio because she thinks that I will appreciate having that someday. So I was not planning on recording it at all, but I guess we will be audio recording with a digital recorder, but asking that there are no phones in the room at the time of the channeling that time with Jesus Kate. So, after we put the event on the calendar, I started having some anxiety because it's just such a vulnerable thing to even think about channeling in front of people. I have been in the closet for 5 years, channeling only to my husband, AJ. And Jesus Kate's ready, I'm ready, but it is the most sacred, vulnerable work of my heart. And so I'm really, really grateful for the people who will be holding that space for me. Very, very special people in my life and very, very special people to Jesus Kate. The guest of honor will be my soul sister, best friend, ride or die, Iggy. She is coming all the way from Utah. She was actually coming here to spend her anniversary in Sedona with her husband, Brian, anyway. So it just worked out that she will be here. And I'm so, so, so grateful. And Jesus Kate is extremely excited to have Iggy there. There's very few times, if ever, where I'm channeling Jesus Kate and Iggy is not brought up. So, oh wow, the stingray. I love when a card falls out. Last time, the firefly card fell out, if you recall, and I read it after I recorded, and it was really touching and all about shining your light and being brave. So I'll have to read Stingray. Let's see, maybe I'll read it right now. Oh, here's the firefly one. Ding. Let's see. Quickly find the stingray. It feels right to learn from our friends. Developing confidence. Oh, sorry, Bennett. Scared the shit out of you. Sorry. That was an accident. Come here. You want to love? You want love? I hate when people scare me, so I feel bad when I scare my pups. Developing confidence. I just absolutely love that because this is exactly what I was talking about with Jesus Kate. I am having anxiety about channeling publicly, and this is what I need. Developing confidence, sense of self or spine. The stingray card represents a pivotal point in personal growth. The moment has come when the stingray must decide between the old, easy, comfortable, and familiar, and the new, challenging, uncomfortable, and unfamiliar. How fitting is this? Pressure from family and friends makes the decision even more complicated. No matter what choice is made now, it's inevitable that this dilemma will surface again and again as the force of Dharma growing within the stingray is too strong to ignore. That is how I feel. I have wanted to share Jesus Kate with the world for so long. I have cried so many tears of feeling lonely with this, feeling psychotic, feeling schizophrenic, wondering what the fuck is even wrong with me that this is happening to me. I'm so grateful for AJ, who has reassured me and told me again and again that he would never support something that he truly didn't believe with all of his soul. He has been my rock, my literal grounding stone, my twin flame dragon, and I am so grateful for him. He has truly helped me find my inner stingray to step into confidence, to step into my fullest, most authentic expression of me. So very, very, very grateful. And also, I was confronted with the question once again last night as I was working with Jesus Kate of, am I Jesus Kate, or is Jesus Kate somebody different from me? Is Jesus Kate my higher self, or is Jesus Kate a being outside of me? And I know that everything is one and everything is connected, and I am you and you are me. But I also know that each individual entity that I channel has a very unique essence. And Jesus Kate has a very different personality from me in a lot of ways. She's very bold. She's wild, mischievous, hilarious. She's very intelligent. And sometimes I wonder, is it my own sense of unworthiness that makes me not be able to connect that I am Jesus Kate? Because my husband and Iggy both, have said multiple times, I think maybe Jesus Kate is your higher self, but she is this wildly shape-shifting galactic deity that can be this just like this glorious angel being, or this aquatic biological bioluminescent octopus being with a million eyes, or a fierce and gorgeous dragon, and so many things in between. She can shapeshift in the most magical ways. And so it's hard for me to understand who she is. And last night she said, it's good for your ego not to know. And I thought that was really interesting, and I'm okay with it. I'm totally okay with channeling Jesus Kate, whatever she is. I love her so much, and I'm so grateful that I get the opportunity to channel her. And whether she's me in another dimension or she's my long lost soul sister, I don't know, and I don't care. I just love her, and I'm super grateful for the way that she has literally healed my physical body from chronic illness, chronic fatigue, chronic depression, chronic suicidal ideation for decades of my life. And I am healed, cured, happier, healthier, more vibrant than ever, with very little caffeine, if any. The only caffeine I usually drink is cacao, unless I spoil myself with a random cup of coffee, but usually that's decaf. And I used to drink so much caffeine. It literally, these beings heal us, and they're all around us. We exist on many layers, And we are surrounded by light beings, guides, friends. These are just my beliefs, but they are based on real experiences. I can see the many layers. I can see these beings, whether I'm on medicine or not, throughout my day. I can see them, and they are beautiful, and they are with us, and they show us signs of their presence. And they have told me many, many times that we all can connect with our guides, our loved ones on the other side. That if we slow down and we attune ourselves to the frequency of nature, we slow down to the frequency of a tree or a plant or a rock or the ocean, then we can tune into those subtle energies that are higher frequency, that are trying to communicate with us. And we can experience great joy and literal healing and guidance from them if we just quiet ourselves enough, slow down enough, and clear out enough programming to really be able to tune in. Because if the mind is busy and we're only tuned into our own garbage and frequency and dysfunction and chaos and anxiety, we can't possibly tune into what is going on around us, whether it be telepathy with dogs, plants, trees, any animal, telepathy with humans. If you slow down enough and quiet your mind enough and you tune out of your own individual frequency, all of a sudden you can start tuning in to other frequencies. And that goes for our spirit ancestors and guides and beings on the other side as well. If we slow down enough, we can tune in. I feel like I'm being redundant at this point, so I'll change subjects. Last year was the year of the dragon. I'm just realizing this as the Chinese New Year is coming around. My son's school does a Mandarin immersion program, and so they do a lot of Chinese New Year celebration. I'm actually headed to his school soon to have a beautiful Chinese New Year lunch with him. And I'm excited about that. I'm drinking my green smoothie. This shit has so much goodness in it using a recycled cup. It has 10 different kinds of mushrooms, tons of spinach. It has what is it called? Royal jelly from bees. It has an iron supplement. It's got, did I say 10 different kinds of mushrooms? Yeah, so much good stuff. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I'm super grateful to be alive. But last year was the year of the dragon. And last year I was able to get to know a lot more about dragon energy. AJ, after my first 2 dragon experiences, gave me these dragons. The first dragon experience I ever had, oh my gosh, it makes me emotional to think about, was Ypert. Ypert is actually Jesus Kate's partner, her counterpart. And Ypert came before her and he prepared me. And the first lesson that he gave to me, I was in the back of my car journeying. This was so terrifying for me. I used to be super terrified to even close my eyes, let alone wear an eye mask in the middle of Sedona in the back of my car on medicine. I was terrified, but the pull to the medicine was so strong and I had nowhere else to do it. So there I was. So I kept taking off my mask over and over and over again, because every time I would put on the mask, I would imagine somebody coming to attack me, because I was always just terrified of not being able to see what was going on around me. I'm sure that comes from maybe past lives and also early childhood trauma. So to be in the back of this car with my eyes closed and listening to the Johns Hopkins music playlist that has been well researched to be highly therapeutic, highly healing. It's such a magical playlist. I'm listening to it, and all of a sudden, a dragon appears. And this was the first experience I ever had that even gave me an inkling that dragons were real. I never believed in dragons, ever. I despised anything having to do with anything mystical or fantasy. And he came first in the form of a very gentle, sleeping baby dragon. He was on this white pillar in the middle of my heart center, basically, is the way that I understood it. But he was on this white pillar and he was snuggled up and just a sleeping, gentle baby dragon. And he gave me an entire lesson that I now call the power of the pause. And he was telling me to tune into my heart center and to really slow down enough to listen to my heart, to pause whenever I feel the need to react, to slow down and to pause and to breathe and to go from my mind down into my heart, to sink down into the more intelligent part of my being. And that Ebert, this dragon baby friend, would help me decipher whether I needed to respond or let go. And this would help me to be less reactive with my children, with myself, with my husband, in my life. And that lesson that Ebert gave me, the power of the pause, has helped me so much. And I have taught it to so many clients. And so he introduced himself, and then he showed me himself that same day as a very fierce dragon. There was this dark energy coming toward my car, and he whipped around my car and whisked out this dark energy. It was the coolest fucking dragon energy experience I've ever, well, it was my first. It was mind blowing. I was like calling AJ when I was done saying, dragons are real. I can't believe it. And so AJ got me this to remember that first experience meeting Ebert. And he prepared me to then meet his very feminine, beautiful counterpart, Jesus Kate. And she now takes the center stage of most journeys. And Ebert is always in the background holding space. I can call upon him. He is pure magic, pure power. These beings, the best way I can describe them is gods, deities. They are at the highest level is what it feels like, but I still have so much to learn. So who knows what they are, but they feel like deities to me. So I'm super duper grateful for those experiences, and all happening, as I'm learning about this Chinese zodiac. This last year, I was initiated through new experiences with new loved ones on the other side. I was initiated into dragon energy in new ways that are mind-blowing to me, that have taught me so much. Dragons have taught me how to transmute energy, how to change anything, any struggle, into fierce power, how to really clear myself, how to move my body, how to use fire and smoke. I am so grateful for everything I learned from the dragons in the year of the dragon, and now the year of the snake. Oh my gosh, so exciting. I feel these sheddings taking place in my life in the last 5 years. I feel when a shedding is about to happen, where the tension starts to build, the frustration, the kind of, I don't know what the word is, but the pressure maybe. And then I have some kind of breakthrough. Sometimes that's a journey. Sometimes that's a big fight with my husband. Sometimes it's just a tantrum I need to throw. Sometimes it's just a mental clarity or an experience channeling Jesus Kate, where I'm given a new level of understanding, and I'm able to level up. And the snake shows me that each time it goes through these uncomfortable and very difficult shedding processes, it becomes bigger and stronger than it was before. And so each time I am going through this mass shedding process, I feel it. I tell my husband, I feel the shedding happening. I'm trying to be gracious through it. I'm trying to be patient through it. And I've learned to trust that each time I am able to break new patterns and push through the old triggers and level myself up, I am more in my power, more in my joy, more healthy, more happy. And so I honor the snake. Thomas, my precious son, is a snake whisperer. He, from the time he was 3 years old, was catching snakes, talking to snakes, attracting snakes. We would go to Sedona, and within 10 minutes, he would have a snake friend in his hands. He is a magnet for nature beings, and he has introduced multiple snake collectives to me now. And I am just so, so very grateful for the beautiful energy of the snake. What a wonderful year to be in. And I looked up the Chinese zodiac yesterday because I was curious what my kids were and what AJ was. And what Jake and Tiff were, the rest of my family. And I learned that AJ and he is a dog and I am a pig. And those are completely not compatible. On this big zodiac chart of all the different kinds of compatible pairings, pig and dog are not one of them. And I thought that was so funny because even on the more westernized zodiac or whatever the other zodiac is, I am a Leo and he is a Taurus. And that zodiac also says that that's a very difficult pairing. But if you can make it work, it's extremely powerful and strong. And I can attest to the fact that it has been a very difficult journey for AJ and I to come together and to learn to truly see each other, appreciate each other, hold space for each other, and to really work together as a cohesive partnership. And I am so very grateful that we have gone through that process. We were separated for 2 years. We have been through a whole lot together, and we have fought like hell to make it work. And I am happier than ever. Our partnership is stronger than ever. And we are 2 twin flame dragons just living our life as humans. And I'm so, 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 so grateful. Speaking of AJ, last night, he brought me home the funniest gift. I never expected to be, the owl. My friend Jen, she just sent me a video and she was telling me of her and her sweet daughter. And she was telling me that she woke up to the sound of an owl. That was a couple days ago. And I've been seeing so many owl synchronicities since that. So thank you, owls. But what was I talking about? ... Yeah, AJ brought me home the funniest gift yesterday. And it reminded me of Jesus Kate's lesson on being the valley instead of the mountain. And what the gift was a Starbucks Stanley Cup. I never thought that I would own a Stanley Cup, let alone a Starbucks Stanley Cup. I've always thought like the moms that are wearing or holding their Stanley Cups, like I just always thought like, I'll never be one of those. They're so cool. I don't know. I've always joked about not being a Stanley Cup mom. And here I am. AJ, I guess Starbucks accidentally sent a bunch of cups to his restaurant. And so he called Starbucks and they said, just keep them. And so I got to have a Starbucks Stanley Cup. It's a super nice cup. And it just reminded me of like, if you don't really seek after something, if you let it go, it will come to you. I always thought it would be nice to have one. And I guess like deep down, I didn't know that I was worthy of having one because they're expensive. And it just came to me. And I just feel like so much in our lives, if we stop trying, if we stop grinding, if we stop working so hard and chasing, if we slow down and we be like the tree where we give ourselves what we need to be our happiest, healthiest selves. We just heal ourselves. We get all of our power back through setting boundaries with the people who siphon our energy out of us. If we really get our power back in our lives, things start to come to us. We don't have to go out there and be climbing the mountain to get to the top of the mountain. We can be the valley and just watch and observe as everything comes to us. And I am living that in my life. I am seeing so many cool, miraculous things happen as a result of slowing down, finding my power, finding my confidence, and allowing things to start coming to me. And it's been a really joyful process. One last thing before I go. I spoke to a client who has had 3 sessions with me now recently. And he was saying that in his last session, I asked him during his last session, what is your hope for this session today? And he said, with tears in his eyes, my hope is that I can want to be here again. He was really struggling with not wanting to be alive anymore. And more than 2 weeks out after that session, I spoke with him recently, and he said that ever since his session, he has felt hopeful and optimistic, and that he has not had those feelings of not wanting to be here one time since his session. And I'm so grateful to hear things like that. I can't even tell you how many miracles I get to witness as a result of people being brave and courageously stepping into their own healing. It is in the darkness that we find our light. So we step into the wild unknown. And in doing so, we are able to free ourselves to unlock our greatest joy. And so what a gift it is to be able to facilitate these sessions for other people to bring joy into their lives. And I got several Google reviews lately. So if you want to Google me, Google Tobi Blake. I'm so grateful for all of the kind reviews that I've received. I think I have 7 now in the last week since I started getting my Google profile set up. So I'm very, very grateful for everyone who took the time to give me love on Google and in my life. And I am so thankful to be here doing the show with all of you. And I hope you have a wonderful day. I am off to get a little bit of cleaning done and then go have lunch with my son, go to the gym with Anna and Jonah. And then tonight I have a sound bath with my precious husband. If you are in the Phoenix area, Harmonic Sips at the Space tonight at 5:30 p.m. It's a sound bath. And then Rainey, who works at the space, is a wine sommelier, and she is going to be sampling a beautiful wine after our sound bath. So I'm really excited about that. If you want to check that out, check it out at the Space AZ, thespaceinaz.org or something like that. Look it up, the Space in Cave Creek. All right. Love you all. Have a wonderful day. Here if you need me. Namaste.